And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're going to talk about Night of the Grand Octopus. This is a game from Yellow Games and it's about Cthulhu. I don't think it says the word Cthulhu anywhere. It just talks about the Grand Octopus as a cosmic being and we're trying to bring him back, but we're not alone. We also have these evil offspring going around. Your typical cult with offspring, but it's made in this very cutesy fashion. Has some really cool spinning wheels and some really nice looking components, and it's yellow, so let's check it out. The board is here. It's a circular board. Circular boards are always cooler. It has 6 locations. Each player has a cult, which you have to put a sticker on at the beginning of the game. A cultist, that you put here. And there's also a pile of tokens placed in a room based on what that room is. Each player is also going to get one of these here. These are the spawnings or the spawnlings or the whatever these things are. They're Cthulhu, I think. But whatever. They're called offspring over the course of the game. These also have the stickers on, and due to the little tiny connection between their ear and the rest of the body, were one of the most annoying stickers ever to put on a piece. But that's besides the point. You're also going to pick one exterior location. This here is the Lost City. Here we got some other place. I forget the names of each one of these different exterior locations. That's the Dimension of Dreams and Colony of the Moon Men, which looks like a very Goba Marsh. So you're going to pick one of these. So we'll pick Field of Dreams or whatever it's called, the Dimension of Dreams. That's where baseball players go. And on top of that, you'll put some keys here. Each player then is given something that matches their color, and it's a clock. And you have 2 dials for it. Now the big clock, you'll notice, is a tentacle. That is for your offspring. The small one is for your cultist. And each turn of the game, you're going to pick where your cultist is going to go and where your offspring is going to go. Now your cultist is restricted by the stairs. You can see here that from this spot there's multiple stairs that you can go down to. There's many places, although they can't get to location number 6. There's no stairs. And let's say they decide to go to location number 5, then they can only go here to location 4, location 6, or back to location 1. The offspring can show up wherever. So let's say everyone does them, and this is what happens. And the offspring show up in different locations like this. Alright, well what you want to happen is you want your cultist to go to a spot where there's no offspring, because if that happens, you get a token of that one. Hooray! If your cultist goes to a spot where there's an offspring, yum, 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 he eats your cultist, or he bites your cultist, or he does something nasty to your cultist, and you're going to lose basically a point of health. And everybody is going to keep track of those with markers on this track here to show how much health you have. When you run out of health, you are essentially out of the game. If your offspring goes to a spot where there's nobody, well, nothing happens. Here, both these guys will take a point of damage. If you have multiple cultists go to the same spot, and there's a token there, they can fight over that token. They can make some kind of deal, like the yellow player can say to the black player, I'll give it to you this time, and then next time you got to give me one, or whatever. If they can't come to an agreement, or one player wants to fight, then they each take a point of damage. And that's pretty much it. You say, but what about that exterior location? Well, if you want to go to that, you have to mess with the clock. And you make both of them point to the same thing. Doesn't matter where they point at. If they're both pointing the same way, then you will send your cultist here, your offspring goes nowhere. And out here, there's often a special thing that you can do in the exterior location. Perhaps it's going to be, in this one, let's see, the Field of, I keep calling it Field of Dreams. The Dimension of Dreams there, you can gain one of your cult power back on the dagger here. The Goba March, you can exchange one of your components for one that belongs to somebody else. And so that's also a place to get a key. So this is going to continue. You're going to move around until someone gets 4 different tokens. You're not allowed to have more than one of the same token anyway. And there's only, and it is a 5-player game, so there's only 4 tokens in each area that's there. Now, I've made this sound, I think, probably more complex than it has to be. Essentially, each turn you pick where you send your people. If you send your person there, cultists there, the only one there, great, you get it. If you send someone else there, you can try to come to some sort of deal. If there's an offspring there, boom, you both take some points. So either everyone's going to be eliminated from the game except one person, or someone's going to get 4 tokens, in which case that person wins. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Every time I introduce this game to people, every single time, everybody said the same thing. Is that it? Is that it? Because that's what the game is. You're just trying to outguess everybody else. And the more players, if you play a 5-player game, and I have, it's so chaotic. A 3-player game's not nearly as bad. There's a little bit more try to outguess where your opponents are going. If he's going here and he's going there, I can probably go here. 3-player is infinitely better than 4-player, which is much, much, much more better than 5-player, which should be beat up to a pulp, a 5-player game. That's how bad it is. It's just totally chaotic. I'm going to go here. Oh, look, you sent your chosen there. You don't know where everyone's going to go. You say, but you can follow the stairs. They only have 3 spots to go to. If they can go here or here, and they already have those 2 tokens, they're definitely going there. Well, la-di-da, I know that, so then I'll go there. But what if everyone goes there? I might as well go somewhere else. There's no rhyme or reason, and I like chaotic guessing games where people go to different spots. But this game, that's all it is. There's nothing else there. I guess that's a good thing. The game's over very quickly. But wow, I just kind of expected something more to this game, and it was just kind of this, ha ha ha, I outguessed you. No, you didn't. You guessed randomly, and that's where I happened to go. You got lucky every single time. Every single time. And these exterior location special powers, that's cool. Why not make 4 of those with special powers and give people a reason to go to different places? I know he's going to go there, but you can't even send your big guy out here anyway. And making a deal? Lame! You have nothing to offer each other other than, I'll give it to you this time and you give it to me next time. No, how about you give it to me this time and I'll give it to you next time. That's... I should do a close-up of me rolling my eyes. Okay, I didn't hate this game. I just wish that there was more to it. I played it and I was like, okay, that was kind of a little fun. Now when does the game start? No, the game is over, sir. Oh, and someone who's a jerk can mess it up anytime they want. Oh, our cultist went to the same spot? Well, boom, let's all take a point of damage. Yay, thanks a lot. I don't know. I'm really surprised that this didn't have... I don't know, it just doesn't seem like there's much there beyond the initial laying. I really don't know who wants to play this. Kids? Maybe, but they're just going to be playing randomly. Adults? It's too late for pretty much everybody. And the theme is kind of weird, this cartoony Cthulhu. Who's that appealing to? This one's really a pass for me. Night of the Grand Octopus. Nah. Let's leave the Grand Octopus where he wants to be, which is in a better game.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.
Yeah?